Hey fam, Lewis Harris here, Record in Progress podcast. I just want to jump on here to share a couple of things that I think in 2026 we as a society need to work on. Because in 2025 and before, we have been framing the issues as an individual, national, political, or economic issue. But there are social issues that we must address as individuals and collectively to ensure that our society is able to rise to the challenges and to undo the harm that has been perpetuated for generations. So, the first thing is we as a society need to discern the objective truth of what we're being told and take into consideration all of the sides of a situation, a story, a narrative, or an issue. I believe that this is huge because discerning what we're being told from the media or our elected officials or friends or, even entertainment, we as a society need to be able to filter what we're told and discern whether what we're being told is the truth or is a narrative or spin on the truth. That ability as individuals as well as a society will help us overcome the web of lies and illusion that we find ourselves in today. The second thing is acknowledging how compounding factors lead to detrimental or beneficial outcomes for people. We should no longer be looking at issues or problems that people face in society, look at them as a singular surface level issue with causes that are readily identifiable. We as people are complex beings. Our society is even more complex. And because of those complexities, we have to discern or understand what individuals or groups of people are going through the context of history and compounding environmental factors that all contribute to this individual or group of people or even society's behaviors. Okay. The third thing we need to do in 2026 as a society is we need to clarify the value of life. And when I say clarify the value of life, we collectively have to agree on or come to a common understanding about the value of life. And the value of life that I'm talking about here is not just our individual lives or the lives of our friends and family or even people like us or not like us. We have to clarify the value of life, whether it's human, animal, plant, our planet, solar system, all of it. We have to clarify what we as humans believe the value of life is worth protecting. And that value has to be evaluated outside of materialism and wealth and the capitalist system that we have in this world today. Because if we continue to have this ambiguous conceptualization of the value of life in relation to material and economic factors, then we will lose the core of what is important in life, which is to live. If we don't understand life, we don't value what it is to be alive, then it'll be clear that we are a species of decay. So that needs to be clear for us as society going forward. The fourth thing is we need to be empowering individual value and potential as separate from collective value and potential. What I mean by this is in every situation, in every issue, in every positive or negative thing in society, there is a social collective lens that we look through, and then there's an individual lens that we look through. And we have to, in 2026 and going forward as a society, we need to empower people to have an individual perspective that values the collective good. Okay. And the only way we can really get there is if individuals are empowered to see their individual power and are supported to use that individual value and potential to benefit the whole. This is really along the lines of we have an individualistic society here in America, rugged individualism, capitalism, and the like. Yes, great. But also, that system has created a norm of self devaluation or self disempowerment that manifests in a lot of different areas, from the social, individual impacts to behavioral impacts in society and in community, all the way to what we spend our money on and what we allow for others or corporations to do to us or against us. We have to empower individuals, and then individuals have to be empowered to be a part of a community. And that means we have to have a collective purpose that drives us forward and creates the spark of innovation that we as humans have. All of us have. The fifth thing that we need to work on as a society in 2026 is we need to deconstruct the impact of what we are taught and take away from experiences versus what is and why it is. So, just deconstructing the impact of what we are taught is, again, using a discerning lens about the information that we are given as well as what we are taught. Because the systems that we currently have in society in 2026, systems that detriment individuals, that erode personal power, and that make life illusioned to believe that we should be valuing things that in truth harm us. And we as individuals need to use our individual experiences to point out what is and why it is. And we have to be grounded in that frame of reference. Okay. We have to be grounded in the fact that as individuals, my experiences create my perception of the world and people around me. And I need to deconstruct those things that I have been told to believe or have been taught that do not align with my experience as an individual. Okay. Because a lot of what we've been told in this society, through grade school, through the media, through all of the different channels of information that we're given, we are not given the tools or the empowerment to critically think and arrive at truths based on our experience. Rather, we are told what to believe, and then we live our lives under that belief. And so these are some of the things that I think that we need to work on as a society in 2026. We have lived in this world with lines of ambiguity between the individual and the collective. And that ambiguity is what has led to many of the social issues that we see in society today. And we, as evolved humans in 2026, with our technology and all of the things that make life different and in some ways easier and more convenient, but in other ways detrimental and harmful, we have to lose the ambiguity between individuals and the collective. We have to have clear definitions between the two things, and then clear social expectations for individuals and the society in private and public settings. And so these are the things that I think we need to work on as a society in 2026. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned with the Record in Progress throughout 2026 and in the future as we deconstruct the lies, we reveal the truth, and we elevate voices and perspectives of everyday people. Thank you, and Happy New Year.